Okay. Sorry, we'll start with prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraya Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiti Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumudaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Hare Krishna. So, yeah. After Krishna killed Aghasura, these boys, Sukadeva Goswami has mentioned to Parikshit that I will, these pastime happened in Kaumara, but they have narrated it in Pauganda. So like that he mentioned. So at this point, Parikshit Maharaj has got some doubt. So he told that how can when something happens in Kaumara, how can they narrate it as if it happened in Pauganda? That means it happened at 5 years of their age. But after 6 years, they are telling that this pastime has happened as if it happened on that day. So 1 year got missed. So Parikshit Maharaj asked about that. So how is that they are narrating about 1 year? So hearing that question, Sukadeva Goswami is very much appreciates that question. He says that Sadhu Prishtam Mahabhaga. Your question is very, you have inquired very nicely for Parikshit. Tvaya Bhagavatottama, you are best of the devotees. Yen Nutanasya Nutanaya Nutanashesasya Shrinvan Katamu. Because of these questions, you are making the pastimes of Krishna, although these are very, very encouraging to hear these questions. And then he quotes this shloka. Satamayam sarabhrutam nisargo yatadavani shruti chetasamapi pratikshanam navyavadachyutasya striya vitana sadhuvata. He says that this is the nature of the sarabhrutam, the devotees who accept the essence of life, the Paramahamsas. For them, this is the by nature, this is the nature that they always want to hear. Yadattavani Shruti Chetasamapi. So they are always, they want to hear the glories of the Lord. Because of that, Pratikshanam Navyavad Achyutasya Striya Vitana Nivasadhuvarta. Just like a person who is attached to the mundane person, materialist, they are attached to topics of women and sex. Similarly, the people who are interested to hear the glories, they make the nature of, they talk of only Krishna at every moment, and because of that, such topics, they become newer and newer. So like that, he glorifies the process of hearing, and then he continues to narrate that pastime, that how they are moving, how they are these people, they are moving in the forest. He says that even if if even the topics of the Lord, they are very confidential, still I will speak to you, because for submissive disciple, even subject matters that are very confidential and difficult to understand also, people will talk. Like that, he encourages Parikshit Maharaj and then starts speaking this Lila further. He says that when all these people they were delivered from the mouth of Agasur, then they all came to the banks of river, and Krishna started speaking. That he says that how wonderful are these river banks. They are very pleasing, nice atmosphere, nice blue lotuses are there, bees are there, and so many birds are chirping. So and these sands are also very clean and soft. So here we should enjoy, and we should take our lunch here. We should take. We are hungry now, so our cows will eat somewhere slowly here, but we will continue here. So like that, he suggests that, and everyone agrees with that suggestion, and everyone starts eating there. So there, while eating, they derive lot of pleasure there. In that, the arrangement is mentioned. It is like in a lotus, like Krishna is in center, and everyone is all surrounding Krishna. But it appears that everyone is looking towards Krishna, and Krishna is also looking towards everyone. So in that way, they are enjoying, and while enjoying, like while eating like that, some people, some of the boys, they are showing some of the footsteps from their plates and giving it to Krishna, and some of them they are like some kind of little flower is there, and they are gave it to other as if it is an eatable, and when the other person put some face, they laugh. So like that they are playing, and they are made so many varieties of plates. Some are eating in different in the rocks. Some are eating on leaves of those trees. Some made plates out of some barks of trees. Like that, they made different items. So in this way, they all started eating, laughing, making a lot of fun. And Krishna is also eating among them. So Krishna is called as Yajna, but now he is sitting with his friends and eating while joking with them. So seeing that, all the devatas they got wonderstruck. How Krishna is always eats in the yajna, but he is now joyfully eating with all of his friends. And while eating that also, he is like very jovially, like he is like eating others' remnants. They are eating his remnants very easily. So therefore, generally in yajna, they have a lot of rules and regulations. So many things they have to follow with lot of cleanliness and everything. Then the Lord Vishnu appears and he accepts yajna as if is in a official position as a king like that. But here, with very jovially, Krishna is eating with his friends without any much, without any much uh, like king, like anything, very friendly. So all the devatas, they are all wondering here that lunch how they are eating. Last time also we discussed like how these boys they have performed a lot of Krita Punya Punja, then they are able to enjoy with Krishna. So Sukadeva Goswami has mentioned that previously. So now here especially one particular pastime mentioned, it's not there in Bhagavatam, but they mentioned that Madhumangal is there. Madhumangal and other friends, they are used to, they eat with the Krishna. So at that time, Krishna was, Madhumangal is like, have had some chas, and Krishna, he just took it in his mouth. And Krishna kind of put his both arms in his mouth, and Madhumangal throw out that chas, and Krishna drank that chas like that, it is mentioned. So like that, Krishna is eating. So seeing that devatas, in previously it is mentioned that when Aghasur died, that celebration that devatas performed reached Lord Brahma's planet. So Brahma was astonished, what is happening, and he came there, and he was wonderstruck that how Krishna is playing and he is wondering whether is this my Lord? Is this my Lord who accepts all my offering in yajnas and all those things? So he was little bit wanted to test Krishna. So he came here and he kind of he wanted to whether he is really my Lord or not, like that he wanted, or what he will do if I if I take these boys and cows, like that he wanted to test. That's how this Brahma Vimohana Lila is getting started. That's where he got that idea. So thinking like that, he initially took the cows, right? And then when the boys, while they are absorbed in eating, and someone noticed that they are not able to find their cows, so then they told that they were ready to go and look for cows. Immediately, Krishna told that Krishna doesn't want his friends to get disturbed in this picnic. So he told that you stay here, I will go search for the cows. So you stay here, I will go and search for the cows. And meanwhile, you can enjoy, continue to enjoy. Like that, he told. And he personally went to search for the cows. He searched for some time, but he could not find the cows. Then, after some time, he came back. And he came back. When he came back, he could not find even the boys also. So both boys and cows, both he could not see. So at that time, then he thought that, then he thought for some time, then he understood that this is all the arrangement of Brahma. Brahma has actually took it. So uh, here the word that is used is that Vishwa with Krishna is knower of everything. So actually, Krishna knows that Brahmaji is coming and trying to, like he was trying to test and take away cows and these things. So what he actually does is, he, by the arrangement of his energy, Brahmaji actually could not take cows and the boys who are all personal associates of the Lord. So he could only take the Maya's Maya has made a different set of cows and boys. So he could take only those Maya made cows and boys, because these cows and boys with which Krishna is personally enjoying, they are Krishna is personally enjoying. They are like he they are more advanced or more in superior in position to Brahmaji. So Brahmaji cannot take them. So unless Krishna permits. So it is the arrangement of Krishna's Maya, that different set Maya cows and Maya these boys Krishna Brahmaji has taken. And actual cows and actual boys, they are they are sleeping under Yoga Maya. So like that Acharyas have explained the inner meaning of this Lila, that Brahmaji is taking away these cows and boys. So then Krishna is understood that he has taken away, the Brahmaji has taken the cows and boys. So uh, at that particular point of time, Krishna thought that, okay, like he, whatever activity he does, one activity, and by that one activity, he solves so many problems. He simultaneously performs so many activities. So on the one hand, like he without hurting Brahmaji, he just wanted to bewilder him. And on the other hand, all these mothers, and elderly fathers in Vrindavan, they always had the desire that Krishna should become their uh, child. So now Krishna took this opportunity to fulfill their desire. So he expanded himself and into these cows and boys that we know. So he expanded exactly like the number, like whatever number of boys and cows are there, that exact number with their same bodily features, with their like typical features of their legs, hands, and every limbs, their exact paraphernalia like sticks, bubbles, and fruits, their lunch bags, etc. Their type of dress, everything, ornaments, even their own natures, how they idiosyncrasies and all those things, their ornaments, their names, their age and forms, everything, their special activities and characteristics, their idiosyncrasies, everything. So exactly like them, he expanded, and in this way, by expanding himself, Bhagavatam mentions that it is like Krishna has fulfilled the words of the Vedas, which says that Samagra Jagat Vishnumayam. Every world, all this world is pervaded by Vishnu. Like that, he expanded into all these features. So now their entrance into their villages is mentioned that when Krishna previously everyone was very much attracted to Krishna, but now everyone, each of the cohort boys, they are coming. So that time, everyone is receiving them, all mothers and fathers. They are receiving their own children. Actually, Krishna's entering into the Vrindavan forest and evening coming back is a wonderful scene in Vrindavan. Like everyone in Vrindavan eagerly waits when will Krishna returns from evening. So and eyes are there that when will Krishna will come. While Krishna comes, he plays his flute and everyone looks forward for that evening generally. So and then everyone, Krishna goes to Mother Yashoda's house, and all other boys they go to their respective homes. So now, when all these mothers, when they came, all these boys came, they took them, they immediately embrace them, they feed them, everyone, and they bathe them with, they massage them with oil, and then they bathe them, and then after bathing they decorate them, put so many ornaments, chant protective mantras, apply tila, and give food. In this way, Krishna is wonderfully reciprocating with each and every one of the elderly gopis and gopas as if as their son. So in this way, he is fulfilling their desires of everyone. In this way, they are all enjoying. Similarly, when the cows came, so all the cows also eagerly waiting for the cows, and cows also immediately came. They came very, they moved very loudly. They licked their cows' bodies again and again, and the milk automatically started flowing from their bags. So in this way, the cows also reciprocated with cows. So in this way, uh, they reciprocated, and it is mentioned that uh, previously, like everyone in Vrindavan, they love Krishna more than everyone else. So that is the nature of Vrindavan. That in general, people love their own sons more than others. But in Vrindavan, everyone loves Krishna more than their own children. That is the nature of Vrindavan. So, but here in this 1 year, it seems that their love for their own children also is also like similar to Lord Krishna's, their affection for Lord Krishna. So in that way, they also love their own children also uh, in the similar way as they love Krishna, like that. So gradually, without limit, the love increased for all of them towards their children, cows towards the cows towards their cows. Like that way, in that way, the love is continuously increasing in that year. So Krishna is reciprocating in that way. So in that way that their affection is going on. So at that particular point, in that way, 1 year almost passed. Just 4 to 5 days are remaining. So at that particular point of time, Lord, this Balramji, he actually this pastime happened that time. Brahma Vimohana Lila happened. That time Balramji was not there. So Balramji actually did not know that Brahma has taken away and Krishna only expanded himself. And Krishna also did not want Balramji to know that it happened. So why? Because Balramji had a lot of affection to his friends, just like Krishna's friends. They are all friends to Balramji also. So if Balramji came to know that his friends are not there, he will feel little bit separation from them. So Krishna doesn't want Balramji to feel that separation. So he, out of Yogamaya, he also covered Balramji's Balramji also could not know because of Yogamaya that all these friends are actually Krishna. So, but here, what happened is on this particular day, Balramji is there. On the Govardhan, on top of Govardhan, all the cows are grazing, and elderly men they are also grazing. They are all protecting the cows, and the below the Govardhan, everyone, all the cows they are pasturing. So the cows saw that all their cows have come. Immediately their affection it got so much increased just by seeing them that they started running. Even the elderly cowherds they tried to control, but they could not control the cows. They started running down the hill and they immediately came to these cows and they started giving milk to these cows. Actually, uh, after these cows are born, later on, some more cows are also born for the same cows. But their affection for these particular cows are more than the later born cows. Actually, after some time, cows will stop drinking milk. But these cows already like kind of they came to the age not to drink the milk. But still, just by seeing these elderly cows, their affection increased so much, and then its milk started flowing. In that way, they show. And these elderly cowherd men, they are a little bit angry, upset with their cows because they could not be controlled. So they came little bit in an angry mood to came down from that hill. But just by seeing their sons there, they also developed a lot of attachment towards their son. Immediately they forgot all their anger and everything. They started embracing their children, started smelling their heads like that. Fully they are into that rasa, Vatsala rasa. So seeing that, Balramji got astonished. So uh, Balramji thought that how is it that these uh, these these boys have these all these cowherds having a lot of affectionate for these boys. Previously, I have not seen that much affection towards these things. So like that, he started thinking. So he started thinking different ways. What is this phenomena? These and for me also, he's thinking that. Uh, he is thinking that for me also the affection towards all these cows and all these friends is like just like my affection towards Krishna. I am also getting a lot of affection towards these cows and these boys also. So, so he first time could understand that he is also feeling a lot of affection towards these cows and boys. So that is like slowly he is getting discovered what is happening in this year. Then he starts thinking that actually this is some some kind of mystic power beyond this thing. So he started thinking that this is mystic power definitely. Who is from where this mystic power has come? Is some demigod or some demoness as acting upon me? That's showing some particular maya like this. Like that he thought second time. And then he continued. Then he thought that no, this maya cannot influence me. So definitely this must be Yoga Maya of my brother Krishna. Otherwise, who could bewilder me? So like that he come to the next conclusion that Yoga Maya is acting upon me. That that's why I'm getting bewildered. Then finally, after he is contemplating like that, Krishna revealed another curtain. Then Balramji actually saw that all these cows and Krishna's fronts were actually expansions of Krishna only. So then Krishna, he explained his situation to Balramji, what happened and why he is doing. Balramji understood that. So so initially Balramji understood that and he asked, actually these boys are not devatas and sages like Narada. You are only manifesting like themselves. So like that he asked and Krishna explained everything. So in that way, Krishna has like performed this Lila for 1 year. Then one moment passed from Brahmaji's life. So, like for him, it is one moment, but as soon as that moment passed, here it is like one complete year, as we know. So and he came here and saw Krishna that he was actually the same. He is just like 1 year before, how he is playing with his friends. Now also he is playing with his friends. All his friends are there, and cows were there. Everyone is there. So Brahmaji thought that, hey, what is this? Uh, I have brought all the boys and cows and kept them in sleep in my mystic potency. But still, uh, he is playing with these boys and cows. So what happened? Like that, uh, from where all these boys have come? Like that, he thought, and he went back to see where the place where he kept all these boys and cows, and he found that they are there also. And he came here. Here also they are there. Again he went back there. They are also there. So he was kind of puzzling, thinking that what is happening. So when I go there, is Krishna expanding all these costs and putting it there? And when I'm coming here, he's again bringing and he's playing with this. Is he playing tricks like this? Or which one is real? Is that real? What Krishna is doing, he kind of thinking in very so many ways what is happening. So in this way, so many ways he thought, but he could not find. So that's where he says that Evam Sammohayan Vishnu Vimoham Vishwamohanam. In this way, tried to uh, he tried to bewilder Vishnu, who is Vishwamohana, who bewilders the whole world. But he himself Swayeva Mayajopi Swayameva Vimohita. But still he himself got bewildered by that same Maya. So like that Brahma completely bewildered by Krishna's Maya. Like that Krishna is mentioned. So the one analogy is used by Sridhar Goswami that just like in a dark night, glowworm can show some light, but in a full daytime, glowworm cannot, like at night, the glowworm cannot show is its effulgence. Similarly, the Brahmaji may or any other person may use it in other by other people his power, but in front of Krishna, when he exhibits, that will only decrease his own and will not show any power in against the great person. So like that it is mentioned. So in this way, when Krishna, okay, then at that particular point of time when Brahmaji is seeing, Krishna showed that Brahmaji to the Krishna showed that form, that the four-handed form of him he showed. Like he saw that all these cows and boys, they exactly became like a uh, Chaturbhuja forms, wearing, each is having a bluish rain cloth and wearing yellow silken clothes, and four hands holding conch shell, disc mace, and lotus flower, like Vishnu forms. Each of them, the complete description is given, and from top to bottom, each of them are wearing the different ornaments of which Vishnu wears, and they exactly resemble the Vishnu forms. And everyone is very beautiful, and they are also fully decorated with tulsi leaves, and so many other devotees they are worshipping that form of the Lord, and that form is given that Chandrika Vishadasmerai Saru Napanga Vikshitai Swakartanam Iva Raja Sattvabhyam Srashtupalaka is a description that Krishna, that Vishnu forms, how they are seeing. Chandrika Vishadasmere, they all these Vishnu forms, their smile is like pure, and it resembles that Chandrika Vishadasmere, the moon, just like when it shows its light, how it will smile. Similarly, all these Vishnu swans, they are all smiling. Saru Napanga Vikshitai, with the sideline glances, the eyes are little bit reddish in that. And then there also that glance, that eyes which are little bit red, that is like uh, it is increasing the devotees. The sideline glance is like enhancing the devotees kind of thing. Their reddish eyes, as if it is in the mode of passion and goodness. It is influenced like that. But with that glances, it is increasing the desires of the devotees. That is in that way it is mentioned. So, and all these people, all these Vishnu forms are being worshipped by so many living entities, including the Lord Brahma and so many different Brahmas. Everyone is worshipping according to their own capacities, and some people are dancing, some people are singing. So in this way, they are all worshipping these Vishnu forms, and they are also, these Vishnu forms are also surrounded by so many opulences. We had so many opulences headed by Anima Siddhi and mystic potencies headed by Aja, 24 elements of creation. All these things, they are all worshipping the Vishnu's forms. So much opulence they are showing, and uh, they are also so many other forms are also worshipping, mentioned by Kala, Swabhava, Samskara, Kama, Karma, Gunas. So many other things which make this material world, they are also worshipping the Supreme Lord. So in this way, very opulent darshan we got all these people. And all these Vishnumurtis, these forms, it is mentioned that they are all Satyam, they are eternal, Jnanam, full of knowledge, Ananta, unlimited. Their existence is beyond the influence of time. And Ananda Matra, they are like blissful fully. And in this way, Mukta Matra, Eka, Rasa, Murtaya, all these forms are permanent. And their glory was even the great persons who are jnanis or who study Upanishads and all, they can also cannot reach their glory. Such is the glory of all these Vishnus. So in that way, that these all these Vishnu forms are also Vishnu form. They are all glorified. So in this way, Brahma saw the supreme Brahman, by which the this whole world is manifested. And yeah, so in that way, he could understand that all these cows and boys, they were all Lord's expansions. So in this way, when he saw these Vishnu's forms, what happened is the Vishnu form, when he saw, all the Brahmaji's senses, they got like a kind of jolt. Prabhupada mentioned that all his 11 senses got jolted by astonishment and stunned by transcendental bliss. So that means Brahmaji experienced a lot of happiness. It is like an electric shock. It's like positive shock, which like suddenly he experienced a lot of bliss. And he became silent, just like he felt himself like very small, just like a village. It is mentioned that a doll may appear in front of a village deity, just like he appeared very small in front of Supreme Lord Brahma. So he could see that Lord Vishnu is beyond his mental speculation. He is beyond his material energy. He is having his own bliss, and he cannot be understood. So Brahmaji, in this way, he saw this wonderful scenario and thought that what is this? And at that particular point of time, Krishna has removed that. Basically, all these things are happening under the spell of Yogamaya. So generally, Vrindavan is very opulent, but we cannot recognize that opulence versus the glory of Vrindavan because we are covered by the Maya of the Lord. So Krishna kind of removed that particular kind of Maya of that curtain of Maya. So Brahmaji was now able to see the real opulence of Vrindavan. So Brahmaji could see the real opulence of Vrindavan. So that time it is mentioned that Brahmaji at that particular time, it is like his consciousness again came back to life in that way. And he saw at that particular point that Vrindavan is filled with so many trees, and they are all the trees and all the seasons in Vrindavan, they are equally pleasing in all seasons. And the nature of Vrindavan is mentioned that Yatra Naisarga Durvaira Sahasan Mrugadaya Mitraniva Ajita Vasa Dhrutarut Darshakadikam. So there in Vrindavan, even though by nature the animals, even though mutually they are enemies to each other, but in Vrindavan they love each other. That is the nature of Vrindavan. They don't experience that there is no hunger, anger, or thirst. So they all fully enjoy. So that is the real Vrindavan that Brahmaji is experiencing. The same thing when is experienced by Lord Chaitanya when he was chanting Jarikan Forest. So and then suddenly while Brahmaji was seeing this full darshan of Vishnus, he saw that all these Vishnus they became immediately they became merged into this Krishna's one form, and only Krishna was alone. He is there. No one else is there. So, and he was still having some morsel of food in his hand, like they say, like curd rice, and he is searching for his cows and cowherd boys, just like before 1 year. So, in this way, Brahmaji understood that who is Lord Krishna, what are his opulences, everything. Immediately, he came down from his fan carrier and fell at the feet of the lotus feet of Krishna, and all his four heads he was moving in four directions, and in this way he is trembling and started offering prayers. So his prayers is a huge section in 14th chapter. So maybe probably we'll cover Brahmaji's prayer. Interesting. So that we will take next time. So I will stop here. Brahma Vimohana Lila. So maybe next time we will discuss these prayers of Brahma, which are like interesting. So what I will do is I have one nice small book by Mahatma Prabhu on chanting. He mentioned that 20 meditations to deepen your chanting. So with 20 keys basically. So maybe we'll discuss one key or some keys so that it can improve our chanting. So just note it down in a PPT. 20 meditations to deepen your chanting. Okay. Are there any things from Brahma Vimohana Lila? Anything you want to discuss or anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Nothing specific, Prabhu.
Okay.
I was hearing the same pastime. If you didn't tell that Balaramji instance, I was about to tell that. Recently, Radhanath Swami Maharaj and Balaram Purnima Class, he described this entire pastime actually. United. He gave the initiation. So I was hearing to that lecture actually. And Balaram Purnima Maharaj was talking about this exact thing. And he was exactly explaining how Krishna could actually cover the Balaram also. He is Supreme Person. Balaram is also an incarnation of Krishna. But he could still cover him also. That is he was discussing. Yeah, Balaramji and so he was there in two pastimes. Balaramji was not there. In picnic also he was not there. Right,
yes, bro. Picnic also not there. That day only
that day was his appearance day. That day was his appearance day.
Yeah. Even Kaliya Lila, he was not there.
Kaliya Lila also he was not there. Yes, Maharaj was also explaining about that. Maharaj was exactly explaining similar to you, but he did not tell why Krishna covered that he did not mention.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, no, because of their affection to friends, Krishna don't want to basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Good, Prabhuji. We will look forward for the Brahma's prayers, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Brahmaji's prayers, maybe we will detailedly cover.
Sure.
This is like one prayer in 10th canto, which goes like 40 shlokas. Important.
Yeah. One pastime of that initiation ceremony I really enjoyed is, let me just share that since we all like Maharaj. Right? So actually they told the entire temple people, everybody was wearing mask. Okay. So Maharaj is not masking. A person who comes to initiation, right, to take initiation, first he has to offer the obeisances to Maharaj and he has to put the 4 vows he has to tell. Whatever the vows and everything he has to tell. Then Maharaj will give him the beads. So then everybody was coming and unmasking. One person did not unmask. When he came before Maharaj, somebody told to unmask. Maharaj, that also. Yes, initiation means unmasking. You have to. Initiation means unmasking, Prabhu. You have to unmask. Maharaj was saying. So that was really, really apt. Everybody clapped actually. Because it's not COVID or anything. You have to really unmask yourself. Taking it. So Maharaj was actually anything he talked, he was trying to. That sentence was very powerful. Everybody really. And thank you, Prabhu. That's all I remember as soon as I.
Yeah. Thank you, Master. Hare Krishna. So just see one key, Prabhu, and then we'll end. So this is the Japa book, Japa affirmations by Mahatma Prabhu. So there he writes this. What are some of the keys which, if we cultivate in our chanting, we will be able to better chant. So first key is writing is I happily and enthusiastically welcome the holy names every japa session. So this is the key. So let us see what is the mood in this thing. Create a positive mood to welcome the holy name, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra into your heart. Just the way you would welcome a special guest into your home. This can be achieved by reading scriptures, offering prayers, or meditating on what you wish to achieve before chanting the Mahamantra on the japa beats. In this way, by getting in the right state of mind, chanting becomes an exciting opportunity to connect with the Lord. So I'll read from the book also. So that I will explain and then we will discuss and then we'll end. This first affirmation is meant to set the proper mood for japa. Sometimes devotees who haven't had the best experiences with japa begin chanting in a negative mood, reasoning that since their japa hasn't been good in general, it will be the same again today. Thus, they begin japa with an expectation of a negative experience, approaching it more as a core than a loving relationship. So generally, like if we had some bad experience with japa, that means somehow we are dragging and finishing counting and we don't look forward. So that mood we carry and we think that now also it will the same way it will happen in this today also, tomorrow also. So that negative mood will continue because their general japa is not good. So and they take it more like a core. Core means chore. Sorry, chore means a particular activity routinely done out of duty, something than a loving relationship. So this first affirmation that we are doing is meant that what we are doing is we are happily and enthusiastically welcoming the holy name. That means we should feel little enthusiastic that oh now I am getting the opportunity to chant the holy name. So the first affirmation is meant to create the mood and has when welcoming a very special guest. The holy name is our guest. We are welcoming him to our home. We make our home and heart attractive because we want to make the time with our guest special and we want him to feel happy in our home. We thus adjust our consciousness in preparation for and anticipation of a special japa session. So just like when special guest is coming our home, we prepare so much, we look forward, we feel happy, we want him to feel happy in our home. So similarly, we have to adjust our consciousness and prepare for the japa session because in japa we are actually inviting the Lord to stay with us for 2 hours. So to prepare for japa, some devotees will read verses or prayers about the holy name. Some will take a moment to reflect on the meaning of the mantra and some will focus on their intentions for their japa session. So what is meant by that preparation? So it's not that just take your bit bag and start, but just prepare for some time. So in that you can remember some verses glorifying holy name or some prayers about the holy name or some reflection that oh how nicely I have to chant, like that, some taking some moment to prepare our consciousness. That is, this is to place themselves in a positive, welcoming state in relation to the holy name. So we are in that way we will be able to welcome the holy name properly. The main idea of the first affirmation is to get ourselves in the right state of mind for japa. We prepare ourselves before chanting in order to ensure that we chant mindfully. Rather than thinking the goal of japa is to somehow or other just finish our prescribed number of rounds, we shift our consciousness into a different attitude. We view chanting as an exciting opportunity to connect with the Lord, something that we enthusiastically look forward to. So, we basically the first affirmation is that we take some time and prepare our mind mindfully, and we think that the goal is not just to complete my rounds, but the goal is that it is an exciting opportunity to connect with the Lord chanting, and we enthusiastically look forward to it. So that is the goal, and that's how we have to look forward for the japa. That is the first key. So, any thoughts? Anything? What do you think about this affirmation? First of all, yeah, understood what is that? What is the first key? We think.
Yes, Prabhu, understood. Everything is practice.
Key is clear, Prabhu. Key is clear.
But to practice it, because
We have to, even actually physically friends are coming, I am unable to, I am just thinking about the, what is that situation? Yeah, the situation, right? The situations are so bad in the cities where people are working. Even physically people are coming, it's difficult to welcome them. You cannot spend a free amount of time with them. For example, yesterday one devotee went to Kanchipuram and Srirangam. He is in 10 kilometers from my home. It takes about 1.5 hours to come to my home. He all the way 7 o'clock he started. I told him, Prabhuji, do not come. He took the prasadam. He came to my home and he just dropped the prasadam. And he did not tell me before he is coming. I had a meeting at 9 o'clock. I cannot even spend time with him properly. 15 minutes I spent. He came with 2 kids actually. And then he spent and he inspired me. And so even in this now, we are not even knowing the etiquette of properly inviting guests. A personal guest who is here. So we have to really, really train ourselves to invite the guests. It takes a lot of effort from it. That's what I wanted to share.
Yes, so basically, the affirmation is that instead of feeling that negative thing, we should somehow feel that oh, this is an opportunity. Somehow, I have somehow promised or something, but because of that also, I am at least getting now opportunity to connect with the Lord in the form of holy name. So this is an opportunity. So I should utilize this, and this is like an exciting opportunity. So in that way, we should look forward instead of somehow I have to finish something. Somehow I have to finish this coach or kind of routine work. It's a like that. If you look forward, that is like a positive suggestion to the mind. Basically, our mind may say negative thing. This is like a we are giving some feed that oh I happily and enthusiastically welcome. Means I don't feel burdened that I have to chant there holy, but I enthusiastically feel and happily feel that now I I can welcome the Lord in the form of holy name. So we are just shifting the consciousness, trying to shift our consciousness to that positive. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. So whatever, at least we'll learn the key.
Prabhuji, I just wanted to ask you one thing, right? Yeah, I understand this analogy where we are getting an opportunity. For example, senior devotee is here, senior devotee is nearby, you get an opportunity here, right? But holy name is, I understand, tenfold higher opportunity that is. But in general, in material world, we get tired of our material activities, Prabhuji. We have invented our own activities so much accumulated these activities. And the conflict I have is, Prabhuji, for example, I can take up a job which is more convenient for me to chant my 16 rounds and read maybe Bhagavatam of 5 pages or 10 pages, right? But devotees are also telling us, no, for example, they give us examples. Ambarish Prabhu, Ambrish Prabhu wanted to take the Ford. Prabhuji wanted to take he wanted to leave and come back. Prabhupada told, no, you have to stay there. George Harrison said he wants to take initiation. But Prabhupada said, everybody has to do materially also best, they are saying. So for us, we are not like George Harrison or Ambarish, but Ambarish Prabhu, we are little bit. But here we also should try and get the maximum out of material things, or limit it to certain extent and try to get time for, because the mind is really troubling us every day. I have a friend who is a like-minded person in office. He go today daily 10 minutes we will spend talking about retirement. He tells he is still 39 years old. Bhanu, when are we going to retire? He will ask me. Okay. The problem is we are so much tired. We don't have time to do anything other than the work. We have computers to do. We talk to computers in the morning, we talk to computers in the night, we talk to computers anytime. Right? Like boxes, we will be keep talking to the boxes. We will even see the person. We will talk to the boxes day in and day out. So you are hearing what is your, I mean, you might
Yeah, yes. So I think similar question is asked to Radhanath Maharaj also. So Radhanath Maharaj told that we should make it our chanting and our hearing should not get compromised by these material the career whatever you are saying, these things. So balance means not that we can, like, these examples are great, Ambrish Maharaj, Ambrish Prabhu, and these things, but balance, what Maharaj told is at least you should get sufficient time for chanting and some Krishna Kada reading or hearing, and then balancing the like career. It's not that entire thing should go only for career and you don't have anything for spiritual life. That is not actually balance. Balance means both spiritual and material. Not that you have to become number one in material. That's not the theme given by Maharaj. That materially we
Prabhuji,
may,
I am sorry to differ. There is no job like that, Prabhuji, in corporate.
yeah, that is one thing, but
There is no job like that where even a person who is working for the small thing, he has to work like a slog, like a ass. The person who, my manager, if I see, right, my manager, if I see, he is getting sufficient rest, he is getting sufficient time, then I can feel confident, okay, it's just a passing cloud. If I see my junior, right, if he is getting sufficient and he is enjoying his job, I can feel, okay, maybe I can de-promote myself and go back to that position. On the higher side, I am not seeing the opportunity. Lower side, I am not seeing the opportunity. I'm saying it, we are not able to keep ourselves fresh for the spiritual vibrations to enter us, Prabhuji. Really, really struggling.
yeah.
And that is really making, mind is there. Mind, we wanted to push it maybe today. Radhashtami, I went, I could finish my chanting in 7:30. I felt very happy. I said, no, let Bhanu, you do this, man, for some time. I tried 3 days. Fourth day, I said, my body is tired, Prabhuji. That is how it is happening. I'm sorry to bore you with these non-Krishna conscious topics, but these are some practical problems I want to
Practical
share.
problems.
Please pray for us.
Yeah.
That's all.
Let us see whatever Krishna, we have to do things and then pray also. If Krishna somehow makes some things easy, then it will become this. Somewhere I am reading, like, it's not that everything is in our hands. Sometimes Krishna makes something easy for us.
Mm.
That also we have to be a little bit depending upon Krishna also. Yeah, we have to. Let's see, look
The thing is actually,
yeah.
these days, right, the working from homes and other things, if you are not traveling much, that you can save some time. But in cities, if you are staying, the traveling takes a lot of time. Prabhu, thank you for your time, Prabhuji. Are you still in hometown, Prabhu? Or are you back in Chowpatty?
Back to GB.
Oh, the background looks very different today. I did not see it before, like this, very plain and with the socket. I never saw this background view sitting there. I was just thinking. Thank you, Prabhuji, for your time and energy, sharing knowledge.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Land here.
Hare Krishna.
Indra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srimad